Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Walmart exclusive GI Joe Classified Parth SpiderL Varma. Now, this is a new figure, a new character in the line that was just created by the Classified team. Some people will say that it is Beachhead version 3, I believe. I'm not sure. That's up to you to decide. Matter of fact, here's a picture. Up to you. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this figure. I know he's been out for a while, but I gotta say, we're going to find out if it was worth all the crap that we had to go through to get this. And by we, I mean some of us in the community. We're going to see if this was worth driving myself and many others mad to get this figure first. We're going to find out if it was worth getting banned from an online distributor from overseas. Actually getting all of the US banned from selling us stuff. And then we'll find out that if it was worth making someone yell and scream on their live stream. Is this figure worth it? Well, we're about to find out. So quickly looking at him, it actually looks pretty cool. It's Night Force. So the question is, will we get another figure that is different colors? That maybe explain why he's only looking like this here. But maybe this is the only one we're going to get. He is number 109 in the line. I said 109 in the 9. 109 in the line. Artwork absolutely looks awesome. You got a QR code that leads to Hasbro's layoffs. I'm sorry. And then we have the back again. I like this. This is the end of the plastic repackaging. I like that it gives you the actual height of the figure. Some people thought that was kind of a joke that I think that, but I like it. I think it just kind of shows you how tall the actual figure is. So they give you a little bit of different specs and different things like that. So here's everything that he comes with. He is a mix and match of other figures. So let's just get into this. We're going to find out if it was worth all the trouble that some of us had. All right, now that he's out of his plastic-free packaging, we'll take a look at the coffin. Looks absolutely awesome. I love the black and white. You know, Hasbro, make a few extra bucks. Put this on a cross-sell that looks like the old back of the cards that we had with someone's file card that's in just one language and sell it to, you know, English-speaking people or to anyone, but just have it all English file card on a big poster that has all of these in black and white as a cross-sell. I think it would do awesome. We got the ammo crate or whatever this is, 109, upside down star, upside down 109, and a Parth Wolf SpiderL Varma. And Parth, just so you know, Parth Varma is his name. Okay? That's why Spider is in between it. That's his code name. So looking at this, I know there's a lot of reuse. Here's Falcon's backpack. Now quickly looking at it, you have the rope here, 2 cantinas, couple little paint apps, which look really nice, to be honest. There's the place that you're going to store your knife, and then you're going to put the antenna. Here's your antenna here. Again, same as Falcon's. Let's get this down and just put lotion on my hand, so not that easy. I have to push that down a little bit more later on. But again, the green looks nice. Nice accents. Now, why you want yellow if you're in Night Force, I don't know. I feel like it'd be pulling away from everything. We get the knife here, which is fairly straight, and it's not too flat to make it look unrealistic, like the His Troopers' weapons with their bayonets. But it is flexible for the most part, but as long as it stays straight, I'm okay. And we're just going to kind of punch that back in there. And if you wonder why you would have this, because this is a reuse of Falcon. This is how the original Falcon O-ring figure had a backpack very similar. He had this big knife, the giant knife for back then, but it plugged right on the side. So they redid that. We got the shotgun that came with Falcon. Is it straight? It's fairly straight. The plastic seems like it's a harder plastic, so I think once you form it back, it'll be okay. But I think once these things are back in the plastic packaging, It'll actually keep their shape a little bit better. So we got like 3 shotgun shells on the back. This is supposed to collapse up like that. I believe it's actually backwards or upside down. If I remember going back to the Falcon, I don't really use this gun with him. But again, nice detail on it, not that bad. This piece is, if I remember correctly, always going to come off. So, something you're going to have to play with a little bit. Matter of fact, I think it's supposed to actually go on like that. So when it collapses like that. As I said, I believe, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure they will, that Falcons came the exact same way. So it's supposed to go this way. That way you have your stock. That looks proper. Again, not that bad. It does have a little bend to it, so you're going to have to heat it up. Again, I don't think it's okay. I don't want to do that, but it's what it is for right now. That old, crappy sidearm that everyone wants to get rid of. Matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to plug it into his holster where it will never be removed again. For this some odd reason, they decided to give him rope that comes with it, even though the rope is already there. You can decide what you want to do with the rope. And then what you have here is a mask. So you can use it on him. You can make him an army builder. He's already kind of set up to look like an army builder. So then he's got the helmet. And then you have your night vision here, which is going to pop on here. And up, down. So the helmet has some nice paint apps to it. It looks really nice. You got the side here. It is very flexible. So you should be able to fit it over his head and other heads of other figures if you want to use it. Again, this can be easily used as an army builder. Now, I think this will go really nice with the Dragonfly. Going back to the mask, I guess I should have looked at it a little bit more. Obviously, I would assume the blue has something to do with some sort of night vision that he's able to get. He has what I would assume is a rebreather of some sort. Remember, this whole night force here is telling a tale of them going after Cobra, who's actually trying to dig up Dark Energon. And this is what happens when Dark Energon gets a hold of you, right? You kind of mutate into a zombified human. Not a zombie per se, but a zombified. So if you notice on a lot of these Night Force figures, they all have some sort of gas mask, or most of them have some sort of gas mask, some sort of rebreather. They're going to be going down. They're going to be, fighting with the Dark Energon. So I do think these look nice. The night vision looks really nice there with the green just kind of sticking out. And I like the way they started to make their helmets. And you also have the communicator so he can talk to whoever he needs to. Now let's get to the figure and see if this figure is worth the amount of maddening hassle that I went through. Oh, did I say me? I meant other people. Anyway, here we go. Neck moves back and forth and up and down. Looks down pretty good. Up, not so much. And I really wish they'd fix something like this because you're starting to get a lot of snipers. And if you get their heads to look up a little bit more naturally, you get better sniper. Oh man, you get better sniper positions. I don't know what happened there. So this is right out of the box. Christmas Eve, this thing showed up here. It said it was. I never even heard of this company that Walmart shipped it through. T-pose is really nice. You got your bicep swivel. Double pinless joints, which I know everyone seems to like, including myself, but pin joints don't drive me nuts. They have the butterfly joints. Again, the butterfly joints do better to go outward than inward, and let's be honest, if you're crossing a pistol across, you really want it to work for going inward, but it does have an ab crunch underneath here, but this vest really doesn't allow you to use the ab crunch all that well. It does swivel back and forth and actually feels pretty nice. A lot of them have been kind of locked up down there. You get your Jean-Claude Van Damme with the drop down hips. Pop them back up. You got your thigh swivel. Double pinless knees. Ooh, this one. Okay, there we go. If I have to heat this. Oof, this one is not moving. And we've seen where some of these have become locked. And I'm thinking this one might be. I'm going to have to take a closer look when I finish. I'm going to try and bend this a little bit more one more time. All right, so that is not moving. I'm going to have to take a look at this joint right here. It looks like it might be frozen together. And when I mean frozen, I mean it's melted. So the joint is no longer good right there. You got the boot cut, ankle rocker. So, all right. We're going to look at this. Look at everything. Then I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go take a closer look at this knee joint and see if it's what I think that it is. So, sometimes these arms do not want to go back to where they need to be. And again, these big vests don't help. So this guy's definitely needs to be heated a little bit and played around with to see if I have this many problems or if it's just... So that one went down. I got to see if I can get this one down. I know this is riveting, but this is what you're kind of getting. All right, so this one just needs to be loosened, that's for sure. All right, so new head sculpt. I think this looks really good. He is a darker complected figure. Now, whether that means he's black or maybe just of a different descent. Now, he is, I believe, he is a foreign figure, and I forget where he's from. But there is... You know, the color should match what that is. He still has the Joe Pro. This is Beachhead's vest. You have the pouches painted yellow. Again, I'm not sure why you went with yellow when you're Night Force. The green and the grays don't really bother me. I think they work really well together. But we've all seen the vest before, and the vest looks really nice. They tend to put some really nice paint apps throughout the whole thing, and the design is really nice, especially considering this is going back to some of the first figures that they did. You have his jacket that has yellow cuffs, not sure why, and he has his black gloves. Nice holster on the side. You get your little 3 straps. I don't think this thing will ride down too much. It's probably going to ride up. But the design on it's nice. It's one that they've been using for quite some time. Oops. And then you have your, I believe it's a med pouch, or maybe it's an ammo pouch. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's an ammunition pouch, some sort of magazine. Someone will correct me, tell me what it is. He's got some nice knee pads, and the boots do look really nice. Now, there's nothing for me to compare him to. Again, I don't know if he's Beachhead version 2. Obviously, he's not, because he has a different name. And then he has a wolf spider, which makes me not want him in my house because I don't like spiders. All right, so I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna go take a look at this knee because it's gonna drive me nuts until I know if what needs to be done. Okay, so I am back. I did not have to heat him up. I did have to use some force. And again, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're worried you're going to break it, do not be He-Man. Do not force it. I was watching very carefully. I've done this numerous times. Now, I would say this was fused because as you can see, when I ended up bending it, it actually broke this plastic away from it. It was actually connected to it and it had frozen up, probably because it didn't. My guess is that they're not cooling properly when they're done. The back seemed like it was frozen. When I started bending it, I feel like some of the stuff may have broken off inside of it. But you can see definitely on the outside there where this is. I'm going to take probably a little knife and just scrape it off. Again, this is not going to be what a parent is going to want for their kid for sure. But again, these are adult collectibles. And you can see exactly how it broke off. So this thing was fused together. Now, I've seen other people, they said they can't get it undone. I can fully see why. Maybe they're scared to do it, or maybe it was fused so much they couldn't. Some of the collectors that I know that have seen that they're fused, they're collectors that have been around for a long time. They know about heating. They know what to do. So I'm not going to question them when they say, hey, you know what? There was nothing I can do to fix it because it's fused so much. But this one I was able to, but be careful on that. If you do have that issue, you contact Hasbro or Walmart. I would probably contact Hasbro. I think their customer service is actually going to be better. I know that kind of seems like an oxymoron saying, but they have taken care of people. They have taken care of me in the past. So, all right. So now let's take a look at this figure and get him armored up. So, first and foremost, we have the mask. And the mask just kind of plops right on down there. Now, he looks kind of robotic here, even though he clearly is not robotic. But I think it looks good. It fits well. And they didn't have to do anything. Didn't have to really squeeze or push. Or thing just kind of slides on and off. So, can we use this with other figures? That is an absolute great question. Got scrap iron right here. Let's see if it fits on scrap iron. So it seems a little loose on scrap iron, but you can make it work, I guess. Probably have to use some sticky tack to hold it on. So some of the figures, it may just be too big, some maybe too small. All in all, then we have the helmet here. And this is going to be the one that if you're going to be using anything, I think it's probably going to be this. Now, because of the strap here, I think it's going to be kind of difficult to get this on. I guess it wasn't that bad. So the helmet actually went on pretty good. Let's raise this up a little bit so you can see. So I think the helmet actually went on pretty good. It seems a little big, but it's kind of a one size fits all. And when you drop down the night vision, whew, I actually think this looks really good. I might not cancel my other one because this can easily be a nice army builder, customized. But I think that looks really nice. This helmet is awesome. The way that these move up and down, I think this is designed really nice because you can flip that up. It flips down. It's more solid than this stock right here. I can tell you that much. We get the backpack here. Now, right away, I can see that the vest is not lined up with the peg hole. So my biggest beef with a lot of these classified vests backpacks are the hole is up top here. You see where it sits? It sits where the part of the back starts to shape up and turn. And because of that, you have a small peg. That's what she said. Rather than if they would have made it lower on the back where it's straight. So unfortunately, going through everything, people have been reporting that they're having a hard time with this staying on. That is a disappointment, to be honest. Now, so far, he's staying on there. It seems to actually be fairly tight, but I think if you're moving it too much, you may end up having an issue with it. And then we got the shotgun. How well does this shotgun fit? I really didn't think that I was going to like this figure, and right away, I'm really into this figure. I know Bobby B said the same thing, that he really did like the figure. I wasn't too impressed with seeing it, but now with it in hand, kind of reminds me of Grunt. Like, this figure is better than it is supposed to be. And I can see why they changed this from an army builder. Oops, I have it way too high. You can't see it. Let's move this down. Now, the backpack creates an issue with how heavy he is. So, this is a lot of times where people get an issue and they want stands. As you can see, I was able to stand them fairly easy. The shotgun, I mean, this guy is a trooper. I don't know if you really want him going in with a shotgun. Yeah, you may need one to blow doors apart, but you're going to want some sort of submachine gun, M4, SCAR, something like that. Anyway, there he is. I'm actually fairly impressed with this figure. Way more than I thought I was going to be. Alright, so my final first impression of this Parth Wolf Spider Varma is he's actually a pretty damn good figure. I didn't think that I was really going to like him. I saw him, he seemed kind of boring. I heard Bees Battleground numerously talk about how this figure is a lot of fun. I wasn't sure. I don't know why I continue to not think of Grunt, where I think is a much better figure than what it deserved to be. And I think this figure does fall into that category. I don't have an issue with his backpack. I really don't have an issue with the gun, even though it is a slight bend to it. I was able to just pose him really easily. Both masks are awesome. His face is good. His balaclava. Everything but that stupid handgun that needs to go away. So anyway, was this worth the drama that it created? No, but is anything. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. But there you go, man. That is the first look. Everyone's seen it already. First look for me. Alright, so there's my review of Parth Wolf Spider Varma. Listen, I know this has been out for a while. I know a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people have this figure in their hand, but hey, I review every single figure. A lot of people tune in to hear what my thoughts are, and you got my thoughts on it, and I think it's actually better than what it should be. So if you're waiting on it, I wouldn't cancel it. Just me. I'm also trying not to. Just so anyone, remember, trying not to hit the desk back here because it sticks out and everything is going to go boom. Anyway, nice figure. Check it out. But listen, if you've been here this long, please take a second. Jump on the social medias if you're on there. Instagram is apunk_toys. Don't go to the other one. That one has me locked out, and the amount of time that it takes me to go back in if I accidentally click it is an absolute nightmare. Twitter, X, and TikTok, A Punk with Toys. You obviously know how to find me here on Instagram, A Punk with Toys. And finally, you've been here this long, take a second, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and hit that like button. So, you know, I did it out of order. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Have a wonderful day. But what I'm going to do is right now, actually, I'm going to put up here another classified video that I know you're going to like. And here's a playlist of all the classified videos that I've reviewed. Take care.